Welcome to Bundy Bear's shed. Well, what's been going on in Bundy Bear's shed? The gold tractor. All we've been doing is working on the gold tractor. Nothing much else. The weather report. We've had shitty weather. Look, it's 14 to 23 is the temperature range, but Saturday we had a nice sunny day, so I raced out and I repainted everything I painted last weekend. And yeah, I've had the bonnet off the gold tractor here, and I've got it sanded pretty well ready to go. But yesterday it was just one of those shitty days where it was overcast and you'd get a little shower, and look, we only got 1.6 millimetres from 9 o'clock yesterday morning and a couple of mil overnight the night before, so but certainly not painting weather. So I spent Saturday painting and out the front of the shed there sanding and blocking out the bonnet, a few things like that. Yesterday I came into the shed here and I couldn't video anything yesterday. The showers were just enough that whenever you wanted to do anything, they'd start tiddling down on the roof. And we had the grandkids here, so we were playing with them and mucking around. So we haven't had a time to video much, and it's Monday morning now. And I took the carbie off Goldie. Oh, actually, I don't think you can see it missing there. I took the carbie off Goldie and took it up to the shipping container, and I thought, oh, well, I might be able to film in there and film doing up the carbie. But yeah, with a rainy day, the kids were next door watching a video in the pool room, and then the dogs were barking, and the little fella was out having a grizzle and mucking around, so it was just way too noisy for any filming. So today, grandkids are back home with mum, and yeah, Jude's gone to work. It's just me and Kelly dog up in the shed here, and you can hear the birds. They reckon it's going to be not a bad day, and when I look outside, there's more blue sky than there is clouds, but they reckon by lunchtime, yeah, we should be getting wet again. So I've got some panels sanded out the front there, and I don't think I'll try and paint them today. Plenty of time for that next weekend. We'll sort that then. The gold tractor here, I said I repainted everything. One of those things, I'm a bit of a fussy prick, and I painted, well, you saw I painted last week the rims and all that sort of thing, and I was sitting there looking at them thinking, that's not bloody right, it's a bit dark. And anyway, I jumped on the Fergie 35 owner's Facebook page, and I asked, were they using the Ferguson light grey from Sparex? And look, they're not. That is Ferguson light grey from Sparex, and that's the grey. The gold should be, and you can definitely see this one's a lot darker. And this one is the right colour for the TE20s and all that, and many of the Ferguson implements came out this light grey, but just with the gold tractor, I painted it too dark years ago, like 12 years ago I painted the standard Fergie grey, which was too dark really. And so this little paint difference was annoying me, and so I thought, oh well, I'll take well, I hopped on the Facebook page, sorry, and Bernie Dunlop from Dunlop Tractors, he jumped on and had a yarn to me, and he said that in Dunlop tractor spares, Sparex didn't have the right colour paint in their eyes, so they actually got one mixed. So the little gold and grey model tractors that I have, that was the only part of original grey I had. Like, all this has been painted and that. I painted it years ago, and it's not right. And so anyway, we took the little models into the paint shop, and to Bennett's Paint in Bundaberg. You got a good eye, that old fella, and he matched that. And look, I've set the model with it, and I've had a look, and that's really close. So look, that's as close as we're going to get. This drawbar and the carryall and all there, this darker colour, which was the colour that they were, it was only the 35, the FE35 Gold series that had this lighter grey on it. So most of your Fergie stuff, the Fergie light grey is fine. So anyway, I had this 11-hole drawbar, and I was going to use that. I've got the proper stays to come down, and the proper stays come down to the drawbar, and I was going to use this 11-hole one because it's just what I had at home here. I'd been using it and it was a bit knocked around, so I tidied that up and painted it. But then, see, originally instead of 11-hole, they had a 9-hole. So a 9-hole drawbar. So I chased around and I found one. Now, this is a Sparx one, part number S121, and it's as close as I can find without getting genuine. I'd like to find a genuine one if I can, but I just can't at the moment. And the only difference is they taper in a little bit quicker up here, and the rest of it you'll be hard telling the difference from what I can see anyway. So not to worry. So we painted that again. I got the mudguards painted on Saturday. I will take it for a little walk. I painted all the wheels again, the top link, all the headlights. Yeah, the rear mudguards, they're looking pretty good now. So I jumped in and did that Saturday, the pickup hitch and all that sort of thing. This is the hook for the pickup hitch, and that bolts under the diff there. Then under the diff there's 4 holes that take the brackets for a pickup hitch or a drawbar or that. And this has always had a little plate on it that I left there just with a pin through for tying down purposes. But I decided I had this 35 pickup hitch just sitting over on my pallet racking there, so I thought, bugger it, I'll use it. I only have one 35, so I'll paint this all up and I'll fit it to the 35 when it's done. So I dropped the plate down underneath, and yeah, there was a broken bolt under there I had to get out, which that was no worries. And at some stage it's had a bit of a fail there, and one of the threads has sort of broken out the sideways. So I'd say the bolts have come out and they've pulled the plate or something like that. So instead of putting bolts back in, I bought some 5/8 studs, and the 5/8 studs are for putting a thick drawbar up. They're actually too long for the job, and they gave me 7/8 of an inch thread, coarse thread, 5/8 UNF going up into the diff housing, and I measured the holes and I actually have 1.25 inches going up there. So I've, back at the shipping container, I've popped them into a collet and just run the thread down by hand, yeah, just with a die, and so that should let me get right up as much thread in that arse end as I can before bolting the plate off. And then so with four new studs there, Loctite it right up into the housing, then the pickup hitch plate on. That's what we're going to tie down onto. So this plate with the pickup hitch, this pivots up and down, of course, you know, so you can back into a trailer with an eye on it and lift him up. But what we're going to do is I'll be mucking around with this chain link from work. It's a slip hook link from work, but we're just going to pop that in, and then that'll let us run a, I have a spare one. I'm undecided whether I just run a hook straight through here. This can't come off because it's got a little stopper down there. But I'm undecided whether I just run this and see if there's enough room for a hook each side. I'm not sure that there is just yet. When you look at the clearance, there may be, but I'm just not sure. Yeah, well, I'll have to make up my mind with that. But with that over the hook, we can just run a chain up and through and out. But some of the roads we're going on are a bit rough, so I am actually looking at having one each way. You know, instead of going through here, on a rough road going through here, the tractor can bounce sideways a little bit and rub on the side of the trail, and we don't want that. So we'll either do it this way, or we'll come up with something else to sit in the hook there. This will be nice and strong when we get it done. It's quick to put on, which is something you want. You just want to be able to lower your hitch, pop it on and put the pin in, and you're finished. So but anyway, I'm still working on that. I haven't made up my mind entirely. The other idea is to get a nice big flat steel plate, and just make a big triangle plate out of it and just pop that on one hook each side and out, because we're trying to stop the tractor from bouncing sideways. So also with a few of these, I bought a few extra ones of these, and some of the tie down points on my old red trailer I haven't been 100% happy with, and they're back a bit far for the gold tractor, and I used to have to tie it back to the centre all the time, where I'd rather stretch it. And so I've got to make a couple of brackets for these with holes in them. Oh, I've got another one there, but anyway, with holes in them, and yeah, we're going to weld an eye with a bit of right angle plate cut onto the A-frame, and that'll give us points further apart to tie to. So when we tie on the front of the A-frame, we're going to have special little chains made up that we just roll up the front there, hop off, hook the hooks on, roll the tractor back, and then we tie back on this thing. So it should be quick and easy with the proper chains made up for it that can stay on there. So anyway, there's a few things going on like that. We'll see. Today being Monday, I'm at the gold tractor here. I've taken the fuel tank off and sanded that ready for paint. But like I say, I doubt that I'll be painting today. But if it comes out sunny, I might race out and blow a coat on something, but look, we'll just see. It's better to take our time and get a better job. But today with the gold tractor, I have the tank off, done. I've blasted the tap. On a 35 they have a long fuel tap, and it's hard to find an original one. There's plenty that are close, but yeah, not 100%. So yeah, I may deal with that later, or the carby and the fuel tap up in the shipping container. That's night work. I can do that after work through the week. So pardon me. So today is tappet cover off. We'll do a reset on the tappets, which we're going to film for the 35 series. I may get into the steering box. I've got to do the PDO shaft, pull that out and reseal it, and have a new bearing and all. Apparently it looks like a dog peed on it. I laughed when I got that comment. And we may get the front end out, we'll just see. Weight loss, we're still on track with the weight loss. I'm at 112.15, which means 32.05 kilos gone. I'm staying on track. Yeah, I actually find it easy to stay on track most of the time, but this shitty weather, you feel like pecking. So, but I haven't been. I've been true to myself. So and that's the only bloke I've got to be true to, and with it all. So you can't trick yourself with all this bullshit, eh? So a bit on track there. So that's 70.6 pound gone, or 32.05 kilos. So. At the end of this week, on the 7th of July, it'll be 4 months. So I'll probably do a bit of a 4 month tally and see. Yeah, we went shopping on Thursday night. I thought, oh, I'll buy a new belt, because my belt here, I don't know if I can show you, but that's the bit that used to be around me. And it looks like a bloody girth strap on a horse, doesn't it? So now it's got to come through and get fed back in to my belt loop. So I'm still using this one for up the shed, getting dirty and that, but I bought a tidier one for work, just something to do. So not much else has gone on. I did get the press going. I'll take you over and show you that. Look, that air foot valve, straight to 50 tonne, no worries at all. So it's a great thing. The standard pump on that Hare and Forbes 50 tonne press has given me trouble, and yeah, it's the air one. Look, it's chalk and cheese. The fitting between, I've used the 10,000 psi hose that came with the foot pump, and then there's a 20,000 hose that come with the Hare and Forbes press. And all I needed to do was get a 3/8 BSP female socket to a 1/4 BSP male nipple and hook together. And the only one I could find was a brass one, so I've put it together and done a bit of testing and mucking around, but I am actually going to go and buy a steel one for those pressures. I just feel better about the steel one. And look, that should be right to go, but you got pretty good control. It'll hold. I've purged the air out, you know, back and forth a few times. So I'll take you over there and we'll just show you how that's going. I'll take you for a bit of a walk around, show you my mudguards. My mudguards have got a nice shine, but I must have the paint a little thick, this new paint. And you can see here, ever so slight little bit of orange peel on it, but look, it's looking pretty good for a tractor. When I do the bonnet, I've got the bonnet all sanded outside and it's out in the rain having a good rinse. I'll have to give it a light sand and a wash off before we paint it, but I'm going to thin it down a way lot more for the bonnet, and I should get a better shine, I think, with that paint. So in changing paint, I didn't want 2-pack paint because I thought, oh, you know, it's just, I don't know, with 2-pack on the John Deere over behind me here, it was okay, but I thought with the 2-pack, the paint, the fuel wouldn't affect it. And on the carby, I had a bit of the needle must have stuck one day and it dribbled down the side, and it has upset the paint a little bit on the side, so I'll sand that back on the Johnny and fix that. But I said, no, I just want thinners, not thinners, just a good quality enamel, not the cheap shit. And so anyway, I went and picked it up, and I said, what about hardener? And he said, oh, you put hardener in this paint and it'll be terrific. He said, the normal enamel with the hardener in it seems to make it a better, more fuel and oil resistant paint apparently. So he gave me that, so it was $309 after painting it all last weekend. So I've got a nice thick coat of paint on it all anyway. And but look, I'm really happy with the colour. So that's about all that's been happening. I didn't do much in the way of purchasing stuff apart from a few tractor parts this week. Well, I got in early to do a bit of filming before the rain comes, or if the showers come today. So I'll take you for a quick walk around. I may get the tyres on Goldie later. You know, being paint with hardener in it, it does chemically set really quickly, so I'm pretty sure I wouldn't mark them up doing that. And that's less room to take up if they're all assembled, isn't it? On my trailer, I've always had trouble with the Gold tractor. I have had a bit of water in the back end for ploughing and that, but I've always had trouble getting it forward enough to get the weight on the drawbar of the ute, so it tows nicely. And I fiddle-fart around with the towing properties a lot, and I've got a scale I put onto the front, and I find if I can get about 230 kilos on my tow ball, I'm allowed 350, and I can tow 3.5 tonne legally. And but if I get about 230 kilos on that front drawbar, well, you don't know the trailer's there. You just bloody press the one near the door and away you go. So what I'm going to do with Goldie to get that weight balance better, so I don't have to have it so far forward on the trailer and I can have it more back over the tandem axles. It's 4-tonne suspension in the trailer, and I'm going to actually fill the front with water. And you're filling about 60% with water, and you leave an air gap there. So say you've got a bit of sponge and it's not rock hard when you drive along. So we're going to fill the front with water, and that's just for getting the balance right on the trailer. Nothing else. I don't need weight for anything else. The Gold tractor here's not going to be a ploughing tractor anymore. It's just going to be a drive around with a big grin. I've got a roll bar for it. I have a mounting kit for the canopy now. I just have to buy the canopy, and today I've got to get this dash off, and while we're spraying a bit of grey around, perhaps next weekend, I'll get that done, and I have a seat to finish yet. The other seat's got the guts rotted out of it, so we're going to do that too. So anyway, look, I'll go handheld. I'll take you for a quick walk about and show you what we've been up to. And I don't think last week we had the carryall painted. Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to go and have a look. But anyway, let's go for a walk. Right, there's the foot control. She's all plumbed in, ready to rock and roll. And I just run it down, and I've got a bit of steel there. I was actually, I tried just with that hunk of wood, but yeah, gee, that didn't take too well to it. So I'll see if I can get a picture here. And I don't think I can unless I pan right out. We'll see how we go there. Now the compressor will probably kick in. We'll go. But once you get down near there, so there you go. Now the compressor's stopped. That's on 40 tonne, no worries. That's 45 tonne. So we've got plenty of capacity there now. We'll just drop him back. So the compressor's kicking in, it's got plenty. I've got too much junk up there, haven't I? These are proper tools for setting water pump seals, you know, the cassette type seals, setting them right. But let's say the pressure's going well. The compressor keeps up and we have good control and the pressure goes straight away, so very happy with that. So here's the carryall all painted up. We had that sanded and painted last weekend. That's sitting on the forklift. I may get a chance later to cut some of these boards. We'll just see. That's what's the mud guards. They're looking pretty good. You can see a touch of orange peel. It is actually settling out over the day, so over the couple of days since I painted it. So that's looking okay. We'll go around the other side and show you the wheels. So there's our wheels all painted up, the correct grey. Then down over here we have all the sway bars, stabiliser bars, pickup hitch, seat bracket, light bracket. We have the fuel tank there sanded, ready to go. So yeah, perhaps later on. Yeah, it actually isn't looking too bad. I'll take you out for a look. So we have a bit of cloud through there, but there's a fair bit of blue sky there, so I don't know if the blue sky is going to win or not. We'll just have to see. And then when we come for a walk around here, the bonnet's stripped and pretty well sanded. I could probably touch up a few bits and pieces there yet. That's the centre of the bonnet. And that's the grill. I spent about 5 or 6 hours just hand sanding the bonnet and the grill and that, just getting that galvanised paint off that the lad helped me out with there. Kelly dog's waiting for a kangaroo. This time of the morning she just hangs about waiting, and if a kangaroo dares cross that paddock down there, she's off like a rocket. There can't be any around much. Nothing that we can see at this stage anyway. Looking very dry, isn't it? Like the paddock's quite brown through the middle there. And up over through next door's dry, so even the yard, the old trailer, even the yard's browned off here quite a lot. So a little bit of rain wouldn't be bad. I suppose never happy, eh? When we're painting we don't want rain. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that other stuff. And we'll catch you later next week, eh?